Well, caught on video, a 40-year-old man is now suing the NYPD for what he says is an officer's intentional maneuver to run him over. The video may be disturbing for some viewers. Let's take a look at it. All right, at the time, Delani Davis was riding a moped in the East Village when police and an unmarked car spotted him. That's Davis going by. Davis turns around going the wrong way, and there's a crash. He says police are to blame. Let's take a look at the rest of the video. All right, that's the crash there. Joining us now, two of the lawyers for Davis, Wiley Stecklow and Hannah Brunny. Thank you for joining us. Let's talk about exactly what happened here. Were the police looking for Davis for a crime?
Absolutely not. They were not looking for him. They were not looking to catch Mr. Davis for any reason whatsoever. He happened to be in the bike lane, going the wrong direction, and they used their vehicle as a weapon to harm him.
Initially, though, the police, according to your complaint, said that he ran into their vehicle.
I think that's what you see, the police lying after the fact. If you watch the video, you see the police intentionally swerve from the middle lane of traffic into the bike lane to collide head-on with Mr. Davis and send him flying, and then lie about it in the paperwork afterwards.
You know, the police are aware of their misconduct when they lie about it. They won't lie about conduct that is good. They'll only lie about misconduct.
We have more of the video here. I think we slowed it down just a little bit so that people can see it a bit more. But talk about his injuries. He did survive.
It's a miracle that he survived. If you look at the video, he experiences hearing loss and severe pain throughout his body, both in the immediate aftermath and to this day.
And you've got to realize he's a stay-at-home father. Taking care of his son, his 9-year-old son, is the most important thing for him. And this injury has had a serious life-altering impact on his life and the life of his child for how he can take care of him.
I mean, you know, I wanted to speak with him, but you said he's not speaking to the media about this. Why not?
You know, Mr. Davis and I went down to the Manhattan DA's office. We met with them. They had the video. They had the reports. They interviewed him multiple times, and they chose not to prosecute these officers for their lies or for the intentional act of using a weapon to harm him. So I think at this point, he's looking for accountability. We couldn't get it criminally, so we're looking for it civilly.
And you think it's best for him not to speak out for himself?
I don't think there's a reason that he needs to speak. I think the video is so horrific, it speaks for itself.
Now, this happened back in 2023. We do have a sound bite from the former Chief of Patrol, John Schell, who became the Chief of Department back in 2023. There were a lot of issues with cars racing away from cops, people using dirt bikes and mopeds to rob and attack people. Let's listen to what John Schell had to say back in 2023.
People thinking they can take off on us, those days are over. So, yes, vehicle pursuits are up. Are we not supposed to engage a white car with mismatched plates? That 2 occupants felt the need to chase kids down a block and fire 12 rounds into a crowd, killing an 18-year-old kid who's an aspiring singer? Yeah, we're going to chase that car.
He's saying, yeah, he's going to chase the cars. At that point, that policy changed once the new police commissioner, Jessica Tisch, came in because there were so many issues, especially back in 2022, 2023.
I mean, we know that in May of 2023, members of the same bureau, the Community Response Team, we've tended to call them the Scooter Patrol Team because they were so responsible for taking these scooters off the street. They drove in and killed Mr. Samuel Williams on, I think it's the University Heights Bridge in the Bronx. Same type of conduct, and that's why my co-counsel here so eloquently said, it's a miracle Mr. Davis wasn't killed. They've killed others. John Schell, in between, lauds his officers, says they're doing the right thing, and of course they're going to continue doing it, and that's why Mr. Davis was harmed in August of 2023.
And we do have a graphic of some of the stats from the NYPD from back in 2024 because, you know, earlier this year, the new police commissioner changed, and you look at this, this is from 2024, there were more than 2,200 pursuits by police, 25% of them resulting in a collision, property damage, or physical harm. 67% were the result of people fleeing a car stop. And this was according to stats from 2024. Now, in terms of your case, the police department says they are continuing to investigate and the disciplinary process of the officers is ongoing. What are the monetary damages that you're looking for? I know you said you want change, but obviously there's always a money factor, and what sort of change?
Well, we obviously want accountability. We want to make sure, as a taxpayer, I want to make sure this officer is not driving this car anymore. He could be out there right now, causing more harm, creating more liability, and more impact on our bottom line, our budgets. So I want to make sure that officer cannot do that any longer. The dollars and cents, that's up to a jury. It's not my position to put that out there. A jury will make that decision. And one thing you have to realize, from what you can look at for those stats that you were showing, if somebody does something wrong, the police absolutely have the right to stop that person, put them in for some accountability for their misconduct, for whatever they've done wrong. But the standard is an appropriate amount of force, a reasonable amount of force. And what we're seeing in this video, I think we can all agree, is not a reasonable amount of force for somebody whose biggest issue is a traffic violation. They issued him a desk appearance ticket and let him go home. So that's how unserious they believed it was.
All right, Hannah and Wiley, we will continue to follow up on this case because I know it was a big issue for several years and we covered it here on New York One. Thank you both for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Let Spectrum News be your resource for balanced, in-depth political coverage, and click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV to learn more about the candidates, where they stand on the issues, and more. We'll see you then.